yeah, I like that. Hey, listen, if AliSyn Less than zero weight and oil can get me to do that every time, I'll do this oil change more often. All right. Here we go. Brakes are so good on this bike, it's just amazing. The brakes are really good, guys. I mean, I know I'm out doing an AliSyn Less than zero and Petron oil review after just changing the oil, but these brakes are so good, I just can't help but rave on them. Wow. Bike is feeling so good right now, it's crazy. Yeah, bike is feeling really good. Monster machine, man. Wow, this bike, it just keeps impressing me. Monster machine, man. This bike is a beast. This is just regular old straight up 90 octane AliSyn Less than zero with some Petron additive. Alright guys, here is the product that we're going to be putting in the bike for this oil change. On the right here you got the AliSyn Less than zero weight oil, Pro Drive 21. Some people swear by this oil. This is a gallon. The 2017, 18, and 19 Suzuki GSX-R1000 and 1000R take 3.5 US quarts. So we're going to use almost all of that. And in the middle is the Petron Plus 4-cycle lube, which we're going to give that a shot. Basically, you add an entire bottle if you're going to put 4 quarts in. So we're going to use almost the entire bottle for 3.5 quarts. And on the far left there, you can see I have the OEM Suzuki oil filter that goes with this bike. Some people swear by this combination here. I got these the oil and the Petron oil additive from Brock's Performance. Some say this stuff is snake oil, and some say it's really great. So we'll find out. We'll put this, do the oil change, put it through the test, take it for a ride, and come back and do a review and before the next oil change and just give you my opinion. Now I probably won't put the bike on the dyno to see if we pick up a horsepower because I'm just really more concerned about longevity and protection of the engine because I like to ride hard. Also, we're in the summertime here, so I'm going to go ahead and add in, let me put this over here on this side. I noticed that my coolant was a little low, so I ordered a quart of, I think this is a quart, let's see, how much is this? Yeah, this is 1 full quart of X-Star Super Long Life Coolant. This is a 50-50 mix, so you don't have to add any water. And I'm not going to do a flush on the bike because my bike only has about 4,000 miles. So this is just to top it off because, like I said, I noticed that my coolant was on the low line. All right, so next we'll go ahead and set up the camera and do the oil change. Savings. So So believe it or not, that's what's happening inside the engine. A little bit of metal is coming off. Okay, so I just usually wipe it off. Get as much of you can off of there. There's not that much on there because I did the oil change on this bike about maybe 2-3 months ago. Okay, I don't have a lot of miles on this bike. It's maybe 4,000 miles. But I ride pretty hard, so I'm doing an oil change. You can see that this oil is, you know, I mean, it's basically, you know, dark at this point. So, okay, I'll just spend a little time cleaning this off. So, spend a little time. I usually just get it, pinch it, take some off, move it over there. Okay, and just keep working until you get this off. Okay, that's it. You can use another magnet. I think it'll pull it off. There's a couple different things you can do, but just get as much as you can off of there. Okay, and then before you actually pull the drain plug, the other side of the bike, you want to take off the oil filler cap, just so the crankcase will drain a little bit easier. Okay, so you can see I have the oil filler cap sitting right there. Okay, that's just so that air will pass through the crankcase and the oil will drain easier. Now, since I started the motorcycle and let it warm up for just like 30 seconds, the oil is lukewarm and it'll drain really easy. Okay, so really convenient. I just let it sit there for a little while until it stops dripping. Once it's done dripping, go ahead and put the plug back in, and then the next thing I'm going to show you is how to change the oil filter. Okay, so before we can get to the filter, we're going to take off a couple body panel screws. So I'm going to use a ratchet with a 5mm hex socket on the end. Okay, I already loosened these up. There's one right there, and there's one right there. Okay, at this point I got the wrench up in there. This is just a circumference style wrench. Let me show you how I get it up in there. Okay, very simple. Let me get it off the filter here. Okay, see that? You just stick it up in there like that, and then you spin it, and it'll go right on the filter. See that? Just a small diameter filter wrench. You can use the cap style oil filter wrenches, but in this case you may not be able to get it in there. So this works really well for this job. Okay, now that the oil is completely drained, I still haven't taken I just wanted to mention this real quick. I haven't taken the oil filter off yet. So I cleaned up the drain plug. Okay, and first of all, we're just gonna screw the drain plug back in by hand, and then we're gonna use a torque wrench, and we're gonna tighten down the spec 17 pound-feet. Okay, at this point we got the old filter off, so now we're gonna put the new filter on. Just took it out of the package, brand new filter, looking beautiful, baby, yeah. Okay, new filter ready to go on. Basically just the reverse of what we did. I'll first feed it on by hand, then we'll use the circumference wrench, filter wrench, and tighten it up. Usually go all the way to snug by hand, guys, and then about a half turn or 3/4 turns with the wrench, you're good to go. One other thing, since we're going to be using the AliSyn Less Zero Pro 25 oil here, we take a little bit of oil, just a little dab, and put it on the rim of the gasket before you put the filter on the bike. Okay, so now it's time to add the oil because we've got the drain plug put back on with the new crush washer. We got the brand new Suzuki OEM filter put back on. Okay, I tightened down the body panels, which no big deal, just 2 little bolts. And now it's time to add the oil. So we got to get the ratio right, which is not really a big deal. But what we're going to do is we're going to add 3 quarts of the AliSyn Less Zero oil first. Remember, the bike takes 3.5 quarts, right? So we're first going to do 3 quarts of this, right? Now we're going to use almost an entire bottle, about 10 ounces. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. Put my 3 quarts in first. I don't care how you measure it. This is 4 quarts right here. You can put 3 quarts in, use a measuring cup, use an old 1 quart bottle, however you want to do it. Okay, so I'm going to put 3 quarts of this in first. We're going to put 10 ounces of that in there. Okay, and then we're going to top it back off with some oil. That's it. Pretty simple. Okay, there you go, guys. Pretty much right between the upper and lower line. Okay, that was 3 quarts of the AliSyn Less Than Zero synthetic oil and about 10 ounces of the Petron. So just a little bit of Petron left in the bottle, but not much. Okay, and you might have to top off after you put the Petron. You may have to top off a little bit with the AliSyn oil just to get the level just right. So there you go, 3 quarts plus the Petron, and just top it off with the AliSyn when you're done. Looking good. The color's nice and clean. Won't last. It won't be that clean color for very long, but anyway. So now I'm going to go ahead and fire up the bike, let it sit here for just a couple minutes, and make sure the oil, any little bit of residual oil that's on the exhaust gets burnt off. Keep a close eye on everything. Check for any leaks. If you see any leaks, shut the bike down right away. If all that goes well, then I'll go out and take a ride. The bike sounds really good at this point. I don't see any leaks. And it sounds good. You don't hear any clanky clank, so you know the oil's circulating. Okay, good deal. Wow, guys, what a monster day. That bike today was just riding so good, performing so well. The traction on the back of the bike was moving around just a little bit with those S21s, but the traction control was doing its job. Nothing was freaking me out. As a matter of fact, in a lot of those scenes, I had the traction control turned off because I like to mix in wheelies and I don't feel like fiddling around, moving back and forth. So that's all in the right hand, just making sure I don't spin up the rear tire. So this bike is it's just hitting it, man. And the brake upgrade, just like I thought, as the brake material bedded more and more onto the rotor, guys, the brake upgrade, just go do it. Don't even think twice. It really is that good. Just amazing. Now, as far as the AliSyn Less Than Zero synthetic and the Petron, I really can't say whether or not, hey, the bike's just the engine's protected better, it's got more horsepower. That I can't really say, but one thing I did notice was the clutch action. The oil made a big difference in the clutch action. Right away, I could tell the clutch was just working a little bit better. The clutch up wheelies were spot on. So that says a lot right there about the oil. Okay, because remember that clutch is bathed in the same oil that's lubricating the rest of the valve train and the crankshaft and all that, right? So yeah, I did feel a difference in the clutch. So I'll come back again before the next oil change and talk a little about what I think, as far as that oil goes, and give a review. I'm not going to take the bike, like I said, to the dyno to see if I picked up a horsepower or two, because I'm not really interested in that. I'm more interested in longevity and in protecting the engine, the motorcycle. So that's something that's going to have to be, kind of just reviewed as time goes on. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with the product so far, and we'll just see where we go with that. What a day, guys. I want to give a quick shout out to, the Suzuki boys here, MotoGP, Iannone and Rins. Did you notice they finished in Mugello 4th and 5th? Watch out Yamaha, watch out Honda, Ducati. I believe next year, 2019, Suzuki's going to be a force to be reckoned with. Those guys, they're doing it. Something Suzuki's got right. This is going to be different with this bike. This bike's looking like the real deal. Amazing, amazing. Listen, guys, if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, go ahead and click that Texas flag right there. You'll notice over my head here is a playlist of all the videos on this motorcycle. And you know what, guys? The way YouTube is working is you got to click that little bell, so make sure you're logged in. Click the little bell so you get notified of all the videos that I'm putting out. And until next time, guys, we'll see you right back here again real soon.